welcome everybody and thank you for joining us to find out more about the Explorer Belt. For those who haven't met me, my name is Laura and my role in the region is within the programme team, and I have a responsibility for the network section, trying to get an Explorer Belt up and running, and that's what we're going to be talking about. Within Scouting in the UK, there's really three top awards once you get to 18. The Explorer Belt Award is not something you can do by yourself. It's not an individual award. It's very much a team challenge that you take on. And so what we're hoping to do as the region is to offer an opportunity to as many 18 to 24-year-olds as possible to have a chance to do their Explorer Belt and to complete this award in the middle here. You do get a badge, which is what you can see there. You also get a belt. It's an actual belt. It's quite like the Scout belt, but with a special buckle. And you get to wear that belt for the rest of your scouting life, well past the point where you're considered a young person in scouting. So it's slightly different in that respect from the other awards that you do. But the Explorer Belt itself is quite a challenge of a lifetime. It's a 10-day expedition. And the point of the expedition is not just to get from A to B. It's really about getting to learn a different country, its culture, and its way of life. And so while you're doing your expedition, whether or not you do it by foot, which is the most common way, you can cycle it, you can ride a horse, although I don't think we're offering that option at this time, canoeing, boats, dinghy. What you'll do as a little group of 3 or 4 people is you'll travel for about 50 hours over those 10 days. The point of what you're doing is to complete a series of challenges that will really let you know about the area that you're traveling through. You'll complete at least 10 minor projects, which are handed to you at the beginning of the expedition. So it might say you have to speak to a local crafts person and learn about their skills. It might suggest that you take part in a national holiday or a national pastime. A lot of it depends on where you are. It's very much structured for the country you're walking through. Some of the challenges might be slightly more scouty. I've seen one where you have to sleep 6 feet off the ground one of the 10 nights. And then you as a small team will also choose one major project. If you've done Gold DAV expedition, it's a bit like that. It's a sort of purpose for your entire 10-day journey. So, for example, I took a group canoeing down the Danube in Austria, and their major project was to look at every use of the Danube. So what were people doing on the water commercially? What were they doing recreationally? So something they could collect information for those 10 days. While you're traveling, you normally have a very tight budget. Again, this is designed to make you talk to people. And so you can't get to the end of 10 days without accepting a lot of hospitality from the people you meet along the way. But most groups normally end up outside a supermarket at one point or another, trying to build up the courage to speak to somebody to see if there's a garden they can camp in that night. What we're going to do in Southeast is once we've got all the applications in, we'll separate everybody up into smaller teams. There won't be more than 10 of you in a group, and you as a small group of 8 or 10 will choose a country. You'll choose the dates you want to travel. You'll set the budget. You'll learn all about traveling on Scouting International trips and how you put them together. You will have leadership support. We're not going to abandon you. There will be other people there to help you out. But it's very much about you taking responsibility for your own adventure and what you would like to do for your Explorer Belt trip. Once you get in country, the group you travel with is normally 3 or 4 people. So it might be that the 8 to 10 of you split into 2 or 3 groups once you get in country. And I promise you that even if you all go to the same country, you'll have very different experiences from one another depending on which areas you're walking through and the experiences you as a group have together. You will meet new people, you'll gain some skills, hopefully step outside your comfort zone, but we're really hoping that you'll also gain experience about what an international scouting trip looks like, which might be useful in your future scouting endeavours as well. So that's what we're planning on doing. I'm hoping to have the groups together by Christmas at the latest, so that we can start in the new year to plan what's happening, different bits of the training you'll have to do, as well as the final expeditions and where you want to go. What happens next? So there's a form up on the Scouts, South East Scotland Scouts website. It will ask you a series of questions, including whether you want to do an expedition next summer or the summer after. It will also ask about how you would like to travel if there's enough people to form a group doing that. Please encourage your friends to join in. The more people that sign up, the more different expeditions we can do. I'm hoping this is the start of something we'll do every couple of years, so we can make sure everyone gets a chance to go. But I just really hope that everybody's enthusiastic and likes the idea of doing their Explorer Belt.